This week we're going to be talking a little bit about putting around the fringes of the greens, and every now and then you come across a fringe that may have been built up a little bit higher and it doesn't allow us to take our putter and smoothly swing the putter back and through because of the height of the fringe. A lot of times when we're doing this, we go back with our putter and it catches the fringe and interrupts our smooth, nice, rhythmic swing. So I'm going to give you just a quick tip today that's going to help you when you find yourself in this position. Two things that you can do. One, you can use a hybrid if you'd like to try it, or even a fairway wood. It's got a little bit of a wider sole on it, so it will glide across this top part of the fringe a little bit easier. But one that's worked really well for me is using a sand wedge. And basically what we're doing is we're opening up the club face and we're using the leading edge of the club to hit the shot more like a putt. So when I set up for this, I want to remember that I'm taking a putting style stroke and I'm using the belly of the club or the leading edge of the club to hit this shot. So if you notice here, I have a ball, it's up against the fringe, and the fringe is built up pretty high. I'm going about a good 10 to 15 feet here for my putt, and I want to take a putting stroke that's going to hit the ball about 10 to 15 feet. What I want to remember is when we do this, we're going to be hitting the ball kind of at the equator or even just slightly above the equator, and that's going to get the ball rolling pretty quickly. So I recommend that you practice this a little bit before you try it on the golf course, because you might find that the ball rolls pretty quickly when you hit it. So the first thing that you do is you want to put your ball position forward in your stance. I would say somewhere around your left foot, or even maybe a little bit further forward than your left foot. What that does is it allows my club face to stay open a little bit longer, and it actually helps me kind of hit the ball on more of the upper equator of the ball. So I set myself up, I lay the club face wide open, I put the ball position far forward in my stance, and remember that all we're trying to do here is putt. If we can make a nice putting stroke, we're not using any wrist, we're taking that club face, laying it open, and all we're trying to do is belly that ball to the hole, back and through. It's going to get the ball rolling very easily, so again, you're going to have to practice this to learn how much roll you're going to get on that shot. But the key here is when you lay it open, it's not going to catch that fringe. And again, all we're doing is taking a putting style stroke, so our likelihood to hit this shot is a lot less than trying to take that putter and pick it up and hit the shot. It's very tough to do when you have a putter and it's catching the fringe of the green. So one, you can take your sand wedge, you can take your lob wedge, anything that's got a lot of loft. Again, you're going to open up that club face, you're going to put your ball position forward, and then you're just going to putt. The club should connect with the ball just slightly above the equator on the higher side of the ball, and that's going to get the ball rolling pretty quickly. So remember, putting style stroke, you're using the leading edge of the club, you're putting the ball position forward and putting. That should enable you not to get stuck on the fringe and should enable you a better chance of getting up and down around the greens.